Welcome back, everyone, to Grizzlies Live, presented by your Mid-South Ford dealers. Whoop. Bye-bye. Ja Morant knocking down a three. 17 points for Ja. Had 6 in the fourth quarter to go along with 3 assists in the fourth quarter. Double-double. Ja with 17 and 10 tonight. Welcome back to Grizzlies Live, a postgame presented by your Mid-South Ford dealers. Rob Fisher, Pete Pranica, Chris Vernon with you. No Brevin night tonight. Of course, Brevin is on the safe and healthy health and safety
protocols. Yes.
Yeah. He'll be back hopefully later this week, although we are undefeated since Brevin has been away. Just
Man, your phone's going to blow up real fast. Real fast.
Well, we love you, Brevin. Hurry back. Grizzlies, man, for what they've done offensively and almost shooting 50% tonight and how much we talk about offense all the time, Grizzlies, again, holding an opponent to 104 points. That's 10 straight now that they have not allowed over 110 points. Defense doing it again today for the Grizzlies.
Well, defense doing a really good job and turning up the heat in the fourth quarter. 6 turnovers for Phoenix in that final quarter, which led to 8 Memphis points. That was huge. Look, the Grizzlies did not shoot the basketball particularly well in that first quarter. I mean, 35%. So what do? You got to dig down a little deeper. You got to play some defense. And this is a high deflection team, high steal team, averaging better than 10 steals a game. That would be a franchise record for a season. They had 13 today. Really a great defensive effort, realizing that at least early on, the offense, that first quarter offense was a little rugged.
Well, and especially impressive today because you don't have your quarterback there. I mean, you're having to start a rookie in Xavier Tillman who's having to go up against DeAndre Ayton, of all people. And so they have really gotten cohesive over the course of this last week. You know, we always talk about defense being on a string, and they play very good team defense. They communicate extremely well, and I've been very impressed in the last 5 minutes of these games. These teams take a lot of hard shots, and that's how you can make it easy on yourself. It happened in the Philly game. It happened again tonight in Phoenix. It even happened in the Minnesota game. They just clamped down on them completely.
Right. Yeah. See, and in Orlando, the Grizzlies struggled at the ends of games. They couldn't stop anybody, and now they get into clutch situations. They're much better. And I find a little interesting about this is Phoenix went out and got a bunch of veterans, like Chris Paul, Jay Crowder, a much younger Grizzlies team. Took care of business in the clutch better than the veteran Phoenix Suns team.
Yeah, it was a great job. And one thing the Grizzlies did really well, you know, they play at a very slow pace, Phoenix does, but they were getting out and running a little bit. Had 12 they had 12 fast break points in the first half of this game, only had 2 in the entire second half. So Grizzlies did a much better job there as well. Brandon Clarke of the Grizzlies, he's getting more comfortable as a starter, I would say. Even after a rough shooting night the other night, still made a big impact. And tonight he was back to Brandon Clarke.
How about leading the team in field goal attempts?
Yeah.
That's got to be a first.
Yeah, well, you know, 8 for 13. 3 assists, 2 steals. I mean, it was a Brandon Clarke game. His athletic ability, he can go up against bigger players because of the quickness of his first and second jumps. He can go up against bigger players and can be effective, and he's physical enough to get to the rim.
He was terrific. BC, 8 of 13. Had a couple of steals in the game. He was credited with 3 early. They took one away because that would have been a career high. But he had 2.
Don't sound so disappointed.
But 17 points, however, for Brandon Clarke. Let's go downstairs. Let's hear from the head coach of the Grizzlies, Taylor Jenkins, following tonight's victory.
You know, obviously with DB and Kyle getting early foul trouble, went to the bench. Obviously our bench has been really good for us in recent games. Grayson's playing really well. I think Dez has been giving us some great minutes. And then at the end of the game, it was just kind of studying, which guys were, performing well, guarding really well, and then also doing some things well on the offensive end for us. And, going with Grayson, I thought he did a heck of a job guarding Booker, through stretches of the game, especially in that first quarter. Knocked down some big shots, obviously a huge one there late in the fourth quarter and some huge free throws. And then just with, I got to give the Suns a lot of credit. I mean, they were super physical. We knew that coming into the game, how they switch. They basically kind of just dictated the pace of the game and dictated our offense a lot of times. It took a lot out of us to try to, get to the paint, still get over 50. I think we got, 52 points in the paint. We shot it pretty well. But, they turned us over a lot. They forced us into some bad possessions. So down the stretch, I just kind of decided I'm going to try to put as many playmakers out there. Ja, Tyus, K.A., just they were being being able to load up on Ja a lot of times throughout the game. So I just kind of wanted to see if we could maybe release some pressure, get a couple extra ball handlers out there, decision makers, and just proud of the effort those guys gave late in the game. Great, I told them 2 games in a row now, comes down to the last couple of possessions in the fourth quarter. Great execution defensively with coverages, not fouling. And then offensively, we threw out a couple of plays there late. Great execution on their part, got buckets. I think that just gave us a lot of great momentum there to carry out and get a victory.
I think a couple of great examples of this being a team win tonight. I mean, you look at the assists again. Everybody that played got an assist. Everybody had multiple assists except for Xavier Tillman. He had 1. Everybody but Dylan Brooks had a steal, at least a steal in this game. And rebounds, everybody had a rebound. It was everybody doing a little bit of something.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a T-shirt coming out pretty soon. We got a bunch of hoopers.
Well, that's a bunch after the game, yeah.
A bunch of hoopers. And that is the way, Chris, I think the NBA is going now. Yep. You want interchangeable guys, and that's been the guiding goal, I think, or one of the guiding goals of the Grizzlies front office is let's get guys that can switch, that can defend multiple positions, do a lot of different things. It's not, well, he's our three-point shooter, he's our assist guy, he's our post-up guy. When you have guys that can do multiple things, it makes you that much more dangerous to teams.
Xavier Tillman's one of those guys. He got the start tonight for the Grizzlies, and you talked about it before the game, Chris. He doesn't look like a rookie when he's out there. He looks pretty comfortable, and he's really comfortable around the basket. 5 of 8 around the hoop tonight for 12.
Well, and think about this kind of assignment that he's walking into.
Yeah.
He's playing on national TV against the Phoenix Suns and DeAndre Ayton, of all things. This is a tough draw, and he's constantly having to get switched on to guards. You saw him just get that knockaway on that one, but he is a player. There's no way around that. Everybody that's watched this kid get his chance over the course of the last week and a half, he has really taken advantage of it, and they've got something that's going to be pretty special in him.
Yeah, he was terrific again in that starting role for the Grizzlies tonight, and having to go up against DeAndre Ayton, a guy who he can give you a double-double night in and night out, and when he does, a lot of times it's a big rebound night like a